What's up, good people? Welcome to my channel. So today we are in the village and this is the environment here. So today we are cooking bush meat. Okay, this is not a bush meat, this is a rabbit. Ni rabbit, sindo? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is it. So this is Hadasa. Hi, say hi, mama. Say hi. Wow, my baby is so bright. Okay, so this is, introduce yourself, wachinjaji wetu. Simuji introduce majina zenu. So this is Baba Hadasa and this is Uncle ya Hadasa. So today tunachinja rabbit. Ndio hii hapa. Ilichinjwa jana, so ikaekwa during the night, so imekauka. So what we are going to do is imekauka, so inachinjwa and then we cook it. So and then also today I'm going to take you around the village where we fetch water and some other things. I'm going to do the cornrows and all that. So see you then. Sema hi mama.
Hadi mnatajingi aje na gani? Oh, pale kwa radio.
Kwani uikatakati yote?
Katakata.
Una mark mali penye unakata?
Atakuvunja.
Uwe. Na siko na damu mingi. Mama acha kunigwara.
Yada likauka damu jana.
Adasa, don't do that, please.
Ai, karadi la tunatoka swara.
Sasa si vitu zenye zinakulangwa.
Swara.
Ulisikia wapi?
Hizo ziko na watu Pacific.
Na iko na mifupa mingi aje?
Hii hata ina mifupa. Hizo moto alikuwa na
Nyama ndio nyingi.
Kuliko mifupa?
Na ile yenye moto alichinjanga kanika ikakuliwa na paka.
So that is me there trying to put on the fire so that we can boil it. So that it can drain. I was told it has a lot of its natural water. So if you decide to cook it without boiling it, it will have excessive of water. So the best thing you can do, or rather what you can do before having to fry it, is to to dry it. You just put it in a cooking pot and allow it to drain with its water. Don't add any water, don't add any salt, because it had a lot of salt. Actually, I tasted a bit of it. It had a lot of salt, so adding salt, it will make it even more saltier. So I was trying to light the fire there and they were like challenging me to light the fire, and they kept on laughing at me because I don't know, they thought that I don't know what I was doing, but I did my best. But by the end of the day, I ended up not even, every time I did light the fire, it was going off. So they decided to help me, but I did my best. For the times I was in the village, I did my best. So yes, I was trying to look to search the small ones. They catch fire quickly, and then I got this giant firewood. I was like, oh, this is it. This is going to light. I'm going to light with it, and only ended up disappointing me. Anyways, we keep on trying. It was a good experience. Being in the village, I got to learn a lot of things. I got to learn a lot of things that we take for granted. To me, they were fun, having to put on fire, go fetch water, go to get stuff from the garden. Oh my goodness, that was a good experience for me. It was a good experience, and I enjoyed it. And I felt nice. It was a good experience, and I'm grateful that I'm able to experience all sort of life. Yeah, so it was not easy. I kept on trying. But oh my goodness. And the people I was with, they kept on laughing at me, telling me it's not going to light for long. You're taking firewood that are wet. It's not going to work. And then after some time, I ended up giving up. I just had to give up. So for the meanwhile, we dusted the cooking pot with mud. So I was told that if you want your cooking pot not to stain when you're cooking firewood, you have to stain it with mud. You have to coat it with mud so that it doesn't stain. Yes. So we tried there. So we added water into the soil and then created mud so that we can coat the cooking pot. So that is how it's done, but he was overdoing it. I don't think it is this way. And then he ended up touching inside the cooking pot. So we rinsed it later on. And that is how we were preparing for our bush meat. So for the meanwhile, the fire was doing well, and then until all of a sudden, it went off. So they decided to help me. And they were helping me. And my daughter was disturbing me. So they were like, okay, you take care of the baby, and I'm going to help with the firewood lighting. So they removed the firewood that they said they were wet, and then they started lighting it themselves. So that is how they were doing it. And I want you to tell me down on the comment section if you have ever tasted an hare or a bushmeat. I heard that they even some people eat what do you call these ones? Swara. I don't know what is that in English. Okay, I've forgotten. I know the name, but I have forgotten. So they were helping. We had gotten lots of firewood. We had arranged them the way you have seen because we wanted them to dry. We had rain prior to that, and then they ended up getting wet. So my mistake, I was using the wet ones to light the fire, and that is why it never, did any justice. On my side, they laughed at me, but at this point it was coming well so nicely. It was cooking well, and yeah, it was a good way. Anyways, let's go to the farm. Let's go to the garden. So I was locking the door so that you can go to the farm and get some of the some trees. So let's do this. Anyways, let us see what we got here. So my husband is around that corner, and my brother, let's try and walk faster so that we can catch up with them. Whew. So this is our farm. Hivyo unaona mpaka kwa the house that is there, ile ya matope iko pale. So that is our farm, and as you can see, the person with the red shirt or t-shirt is my husband. So that is where I'm headed to. na ninaogopa kwa sababu viatu nimevaa zisidungwa na mwiba. Aya, so let's go. So this is a mango tree. As you can see, there are some mangoes that are already growing. So yesterday we got some few of them ripe, but we got some few of them. Yeah, so let's go and see what we got. So this is a cactus. This is a cactus. Baby, ni cactus. Hii ni cactus. Iko hapa. Eucalyptus. Okay, so this is musanduku. Ile time nilikuwa huku it was so big. Last time nilikuwa huku ilikuwa kubwa. Ilikuwa imejaa, but there were so many snakes around that place. So dada kamwa kuzikatwe. Imagine imedungwa. So hapa ndio tunaenda kukata mti ili tukapande. Kwani mnachuna zote? Hii ni mti ya mwembe ama avocado? Mpera?
Gani?
Yeleweki.
Hii ni matomoko.
Daso siniume.
Hizi ni zile matomoko tulikujanga nazo. Matomoko. Ajo bado tunaangalia babu. Ile yenye imekoma. Ningesema.
Songa. So ivuruta ipasuke.
Hii ni ya kupanda, itamea. Sasa zimeacha. Nivo. Ngapi?
Zile ni 2 plus hiyo 3. Ngapi?
Zile ni more than 4.
Kwani mnatoanisha? Bebe hizo zingine tuende. So guys, this way we are going to make a fence with them. We are going to like plant them. Yeah? No? Mnapita wapi? Vile mmekuja. Sawa, twendeni. Kwani hizi ni ngapi? Mbebe 3. Sumpatie hiyo ndogo masha. Babe, sungeziaka chini uvurute. Mnakujia zingine? Adasa tabeba. Lete. Sitaki mniache huku. Nipanga peke yake. Aki kuna kitu imeningia kwa mgongo. Najikuna. So baby is there. He's gone. Nisaidie nazo. Niendange. Sitaki mniwache huku. So we are going around that house. You can see that house around there. So let's go back and I show you what I mean by we are creating a fence. So let's go and I will show you how it's done. Okay, I don't know how it's done, so they are the ones doing the work. So let's see together. Yeah? Ba. Nikusaidie? Ekelea kwa mabega. Ekelea kwa mabega. Eka hivyo, hivyo, alafu uekele. Then uvurute. Ama ubebe moja moja. Tufike pale nikusaidie. Bupita. Let's go mama. Unajua vile uko mzito. Na unataka tu kushinda kama umejivuruta. So yesterday my mom told me something. I don't know how true is that. So when we came here, We have not been in this house for like no, let's say almost a month now. So she told me when you don't live in a house, it starts kubomoka. So I don't know if it's true, but again, every time we come here and we have stayed longer without coming to this place, we usually find like either the floor in a bomoka or just something is not. Suto hizi vitu niweze kupita. So you always find in a bomoka, just something is happening. The floor or maybe the wall, just something, you always find something. So I don't know how true that is, but again, it's like it's the truth, because always kila saa tukikuja tunapatanga kila mali pamebomoka. So I don't know if it's true, but again, at some point it really made sense. So tell me down the comment section if it's the fact. So let's see in the meanwhile our meat, how it is. Wow, imedry maji. Eyo moshi imedry maji. So after now, we have checked, we have gotten the trees to create the fence. This is how it looks. We used those trees to support that fence since it was falling down because of the iron sheets are getting older, and also the ants were eating the trees that were used to create the fence. So in the meanwhile, after our meat had dried, we decided to to cook with some onions. So this is how it looked. Look at the way it is tender. It was so tender, and a lot of it, after draining the water, the aroma was welcoming, and oh my goodness, it tasted good. Oh my goodness, you don't want to taste it. I tasted a bit of it, but when I thought of how, after hunting, how they look like, they hurt them with a stone and they start bleeding. So there is us cutting the onions, and then we want to cook with we want to fry them. We're not going to add a lot of spices. My brother has H. pylori, so he does not eat foods that have spices. Actually, in my families, we don't do too much spices. We do a little bit of it. Yes, and there, after the onions were cooked, we added the hair, and it was so tender. The smell was, or the aroma was welcoming. It was so soft, the way the bones were coming out of, oh my goodness, you can't even imagine. So I've never thought that you can eat an hare. I've always thought of it like foods for dogs or something. Even when we saw the boys that were to fetch water, we went to fetch water in a previous video, you can watch it. And then we met these young boys. They were like 10 and they were from hunting. So when we saw them, I actually thought it's the food. They are going to give their dogs the food because they were with some dogs. And then my husband told me it's bush meat, you can eat it. And then I was like, oh my goodness. And he told me, dare me to cook it. And long story short, we ended up buying one of them, and they slaughtered it like a day before, and then the next day, now this is the day that we went ahead and cooked it. They say that when you leave it during the night, it will become more tender. So we cooked, and then we kept on stirring to make sure that it blended well with the tomatoes and the onions. We added a little bit of oil. We didn't want it to have a lot of oil, vegetable oil, and then we kept on stirring until it was ready to be eaten. So far so good. Actually, I didn't eat it. My brother and my husband ended eating it. It was a lot of it. It was like 2 kgs. They ate it lunchtime with some vegetables and rice, and then in the evening they ate it with African cake, we call it ugali. So I was tempted to eat it, but every time I thought of how it looked before it was, cooked. Anyways, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.